it's been a it's been a it's been a long weekend because we went up north, and when you go to Canada and you which is up north, and then you go up north, it means you're going up north if you know what I mean. Now there wasn't any snow or anything, and it was still like I don't know. I went up to like 29 Celsius the one day, which was I don't know what 85 or something. But there was fish and rocks and trees and some people. Yeah. So it was about a 4 hour drive from my house to go up to this cottage, and so we made some plans. So I actually made a road what do you call it, a road trip playlist. I did one of those, but on that road trip playlist, now I added something special. What you guys need to know is what I have done over the years is written songs for every single one of my family members. So there's a song for my wife, there's a song for the kids, my two girls, but my son, he gets all sad and he's like, "But Dad, I don't have a song," and he gets all sad and pathetic and whatever else. And I'm like, "You're 4. Your sisters had to wait till they're at least 5, so suck it up." And I don't actually say that, but I say, "Oh yeah, you want a song? You want a song?" You'd be like, "Yeah." So anyway, on this road trip, I introduced him to the new song, and it was a tall order because I knew he wanted rock and roll and superheroes, but I think I succeeded because when I gave my oldest daughter the sneak peek to it, she was like, "Wow, this sounds like rock and roll and superheroes." And I was like, "Perfect, I won." So then when I showed my son, he was excited, but then I was like, "Okay." So he kind of like let it drop after the one song, and I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess either you didn't like it or whatever." And then basically the next 2 days, all he wanted to do was listen to that song on repeat and for me to show everyone the song. And so today, after this stream, what I'll do is I will upload a Google Drive file so you guys can hear the song for him. And that'll be a members only exclusive. So there you go. Members will be able to get to listen to that. Yeah. So that happened on the roadway up, and so we were up with another family. So there's like 6 kids, 4 adults. It was pretty busy. Yeah. So then I went up there. We're around, and the first thing I did was not really help my wife unpack the car because that would be lame. So what did I do? I, like a real man, grabbed the fishing poles and went right down to the dock to see what I could catch because I was up north, and apparently you can catch anything every time up north. That's not true. Okay, so basically it was it was a thing. And I did catch fish. A bunch just got onto my line and then didn't come up onto the dock, which was really unfortunate. So I didn't really land them. And then, there was that disappointment. And then anyway, the first fish I really caught was only like a small bass. That was like a smallmouth bass, maybe like, if I measure it, 4 inches long. So, I mean, it was a small bass going after a pretty big bait, and I was pretty impressed. I mean, I was like, wow, you deserve to live. So back into the water you went. But then we went to the beach, which was basically just sandy part of the river that we were on. And, yeah. So anyway, on the way there, that's when I caught the big bass. Okay. That's when I caught the big bass, and it was awesome. I'm reeling it in, and I'm going. I'm like, and then the guy that I'm with, he grabs his net, and the kids are all watching, and everyone's excited. And I got the bass into the net, got it into the boat, and it was like, I don't know, it was like maybe 1.5 pounds, right? Maybe that's at most. It really was 1.5 pounds. It wasn't huge, but it was pretty awesome. Finally catching that bass, getting that fish in. And so what do? I grab the rope and I put it through the mouth, through the gills, so that I can just like, because we're almost at the shore, and I want to just like gut it and clean it at the shore, right? And so I just kind of like drop it in the water, and we just kind of like go in and whatever, because it's still alive and all that. And I didn't want this thing to suffer. So I just put it in the water with the rope through. And then because we needed to get everything ready at the beach, what do? I call it my pet. I'm like, hey, kids, look at my pet fish. And so I kind of like walk with this thing in the water as it's like following me. And the kids thought it was the funniest thing ever. They thought it was amazing. And so while I got it ready, got out the knife and all that kind of stuff, the kids were all taking turns walking this bass in the water. And it was fine and all that. And then you know what you do with the fish that you caught and you're definitely keeping, right? You got to do those things. And at that point, all the kids had run off and they're like, okay, my turn's over, blah, blah, blah. They wanted to go swim. So that happened. I had everyone walking my pet fish and they all thought it was fun taking the pet fish for a walk. That night, okay, this is when kids start to, like put two and two together. That's when they start to process everything. And so my son, he's in the cabin, and we just put him to bed, and all the parents are down by the fire. We're just sitting down talking, eating some candy and all that kind of stuff. And we hear a mom, and then she goes up, and apparently he was a sobbing mess because he's like, mom, where's the fish? He didn't really process that. He actually thought that the fish was let go or something, or just disappeared. Because then when his mom was like, well, you guys ate the fish, his eyes apparently went really big. And he started to well up. And then I love that fish. Oh, it was a pet fish. And so my wife was pretty mad when she went into the cabin, but then when he started crying about this dead pet fish that we now ate, well, she felt bad for him. And so the circle of life, kids, was established that day. And yeah, so anyway, the lesson learned from that one was when you catch a fish, don't let your kids take it for a walk. That's the lesson, because then your 4-year-old is like, yeah.
Hey there! So what you just watched was a portion of our live show that happens on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Apparently you were too lazy to be there that time, but maybe you'll be there next time. Remember, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern.